Now or now?
Now!
Well, now.
Is it now?
It's now.
Dunder.
Dunder has returned. And very welcome. Well, eventually, maybe this will be put online, maybe at one point.
That scares me.
And then we will be able to look back and reflect on how far we've come.
Oh no.
So yes, welcome back to TSVA, the Skyrim Voice Actors Alliance, game of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, with me, your Doom Meister. I am Jameeeesh, and I might be voicing a goblin. That's news.
Oh boy.
That'd be fun.
A friend goblin or a foe goblin?
I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't made particularly clear. Just like, can you do a goblin? I think it depends on how you treat them.
Well, we're probably going to kill them. Let's.
Wow.
Only if they try to kill me first.
It's true.
You're a special case.
Well, I'm like the only nice person here, I guess.
Wow, so rude to the gnome.
I'm one of 2 nice people in this party.
I'm pretty sure Eirys is the biggest softie, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People,
roll a deception check.
Natural 1.
With a natural 20, I would not be able to beat that DC.
Yes, that's true. Anyway, I will dive straight back in. I hope you guys have fun. Last time on... Oh, let me just put on some music. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Last time on the thrilling adventures on this intriguing group, the party fought through bandits, goblin ambushes, and has helped a young dragonborn fighter, Arthrin the Lesser, his name, retrieve a small bag of gemstones belonging to his clan from a cave in the rough stone alongside the increasingly rocky road to Trinstone, where a group of kobolds and some unwelcome rust monster guests challenged the party and were overcome. Arthrin gratefully handed you the gold he had on his person, all of it. Just going to turn this down a touch. That's better. Handed you all of his gold after having been persuaded, and ushered himself away, heading north, further into the wild grass swathes of the plains of the Youth Empire. Now you carry on along the road. You finish your journey for the day to set up camp and rest after yet another arduous day. This is the end of your 6th full day of travel from Uthela. Happily, however, as you've continued, the mountains of the Trine Range now loom over you, already casting the small spring that you've decided to keep camp beside into a murky shadow. It's certain that you will reach Trinstone within the next day at your current rate of travel. You set your shelters up, you refill your water skins, and rest for the night, benefiting from a full night's long rest. But who's taking first watch?
I'll take first watch.
Are we traveling at night or day?
Oh, we've already said, haven't we? You've been traveling during the night. Okay,
In
so
general,
I'll
yeah.
say...
Well, maybe not me then. I'm blind as a bat.
Yeah, I keep on forgetting about that. So I'm happy
Sorry.
to say that like the moon is beginning to go down and the sun's starting to rise, and you can rest up in a similar way, except you'll just be under the shadows of the trees instead of the shadow of the mountain. You're camping out in a small spring, and the stream is heading north towards the path. You kind of broke off the path to the right and found us again as another small copse of trees next to a spring. And the spring seems to flow down and follow the rocky path downhill towards the base of the mountains of Trine. But is there anybody who wants to take a watch, or maybe have a bit of a chat at the start of our session today?
I'll take a watch.
Right.
I'll take one too.
All right then.
Probably best not me, because I'm blind.
I'll just do the last
good
one.
old Drow disadvantages.
Yeah.
I'll wake up for the last watch.
Okay, I'll say that you guys head in as the sun is rising, And
oh yeah, I will also say that Sintyrr has one of those sleep masks that you wear when it's bright out and you need to sleep.
Yeah, sure.
Please tell me it's one of the ones with like the eyes on it. That
Oh, of course it's got eyes on
Yeah.
it.
Amazing.
Nice.
What is it like? Heavily made up faux eyes on this thing? Or is it like,
No, he made it himself. It's just made out of some cloth, and he knitted some eyes onto the cloth.
Oh, that's adorable.
I need one of those at work so I can sleep and pretend I'm working.
I genuinely think I'd probably be able
So
to.
it's just sort of some silly looking. He made a silly looking blindfold.
Okay. Kyro, as you're heading to bed, you see your father wrap his face in this dressing. And
I'm just gonna go to sleep, put my hood over my eyes.
yeah. There you go. Who's gonna take the perception check with advantage? Or would you like to do a check? It's up to you.
I can assist. I wouldn't take a main one.
Alright, I'll do it.
Okay, roll twice, take the higher.
Ooh. Oh, that's better. I rolled a 15.
Okay. Nothing massively appears to come your way, except for because you are very, very still as you watch, and the rest of your party are asleep. A single deer approaches from the south, because the hill's kind of rolling downhill to the north, and kind of trots across and takes a little drink of water. You notice actually on the side of this deer there appears to be a broken off arrow, and it's kind of, as it approached, it was sort of like hobbling a little bit. I mean, it seems it's probably going to live, but the keenness of your perception check means that you saw that arrow in its side.
Something was haunting it.
Mm.
So, what is it, like bleeding or?
The shaft looks actually quite old, and the wound looks, honestly, like if it's gonna do any long-term damage, it'll be from the infection from the wound afterwards, as opposed to the impact itself. It seems to have hit a pretty hardy spot of the body, but it kind of finishes its drink, and then it kind of raises its head and it meets your eyes. It kind of nervously looks in your direction and then turns around and trots in the other direction.
Oh. Is it bad that I wanted to cast Cure Wounds on it?
No.
Well, that would require you to approach it. You can certainly try.
Very carefully.
He's trotted off now, hasn't he? Or is he trotting off?
He's in the process of trotting away.
Okay, can I just stand up very quietly and try and...
Okay, what are you wearing? What's your armor?
Oh, scale mail.
Okay, you've got disadvantage on this. Roll a stealth check.
Damn it.
Unless you want to try to tempt it with some food and handle the animal.
What? 8.
Oh yeah, you go moving through the forest, and there's snapping of twigs, and well, it's not so much of a forest; it's a little copse of trees. But there's twigs snapping underfoot, and the roots are kind of gnarled amidst the rocky ground, and these trees are kind of sparse and barren because of the rocky land, and you kind of trip up at one point, and the deer goes further away. Make a perception check.
16.
Okay. You look around for a moment. You feel like you hear a shuffle to the right-hand side of where you're standing. You look in that direction. There is there isn't any undergrowth in this like rocky land. It's all kind of trees that are basically clinging onto life in this space, producing, you know, a few sparse leaves. And it's difficult to see anything. You don't see anything through these branches as you decide to turn around and head back.
Okay.
Who's next?
I'll take next watch.
Okay. Is anyone going to help out? Or is it just going to be you?
I believe I assisted last time, so I
Okay.
assume my watch would be ending.
Yeah. You'll head to bed. I'll say for the sake of Elvenkind, after the first watch is over, like you three who are sleeping have already gained the benefit from a long rest. But
Yeah.
Alright, I'll wake up.
Yell and Ella, you're going to have to see out the rest of the night to benefit from it.
Yep.
Okay. Alright,
All
I'll
the
do
rest
my
of the day.
thing.
The rest of the time period of rest.
Yeah. let's do 2 halves, that's fine. So shall the 3 elven kin take the second watch then?
Okay.
I guess it just makes sense for the sake of brevity. Who's going to take the advantage, or would you each like to make a perception check?
I think Eirys gets to do the roll.
Cool. 25.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of glancing across the surface of this small spring pool, and it seems as you look across, and the sun's starting to come down by now in the mid-afternoon, you see the surface of the water deepens, but then becomes less deep. It becomes shallower. Somewhere about between 5 and 10 feet in, there appears to be a space that is not so deep, almost unnaturally so.
That's
And
weird.
it's been changing and not naturally, like waves or anything.
No, it hasn't moved. It's just a spot of the underneath of the surface of the water that doesn't seem to be as deep.
As it should be.
Yeah, like the silt, the kind of surface, the bottom of the spring comes up a bit, becomes shallower at that point.
Someone skip a stone at it.
Do you want to try?
Is he saying this out loud?
Well, no, he'd probably say, what's that over there? That looks unnaturally shallow.
I agree.
What would you like to do?
I'm knocking an arrow, but not doing anything else yet.
Okay. There's no movement.
I guess I'll go get closer to the water and like try to look and see what it is.
Make another perception check.
Alright.
Be careful, okay? Maybe we shouldn't bother it, whatever it is.
Alright, let's see. Perception. For this guy. +3. I've got disadvantage, I assume. Unless it's shady enough.
No, it's just a regular check.
Okay, cool. 18.
The shadows are lengthening, so I'd say the clearing is in shadow by now. Okay. You look in, and it's difficult to tell what's going on, and then something about how the light hits and shines through. It reflects off the surface of the water into your eye, and you kind of like shake yourself up briefly, and then you look again, and you notice it's not reflecting off of the edge of the water. It's reflecting off of the silty kind of level of mud and you know the bottom of this spring at this spot. Something shiny.
Do you think it's perhaps some sort of slime?
Whatever it is, it's probably trapped or something. Unless someone just like fell in and drowned or whatever.
Well,
I'm gonna find his big stick and poke it.
Easy enough to find. And as you pick up the stick,
I'm getting my sword. I have my hand on my sword.
as you get the stick and you push it into the water and just move it towards that build-up of silt, you hear a wooden dunk. There's a
So the stick
resistance.
hits something?
Yeah, and it doesn't react. There's no movement, no sign of life.
I
Fish.
snore.
Roll for snoring.
Hmm.
5.
The snoring is
You choke.
unintelligible.
Do I think there's something magical about this at all?
As you take a closer look, make an Arcana check.
Alright.
I'm gonna.
That's not something
hesitantly
I'm
walk over.
proficient at.
Mhm.
If I don't think it's magic, I'm gonna reach in and pick it up. I got a 20. A nat 20.
It's really difficult to see, but you start kind of rubbing against this surface with the stick, and what's revealed appears to be a really small, a relatively small wooden box. There's no sign at all that it's arcane, and
Alright, I
have it-
just
you
reach
have
in and
it.
pick it up.
Okay. There's no sign that it's arcane at all.
I reach in and pick it up. That's what happens now.
Can I do detect magic on it anyway?
It's too late. I'm already picking it up. I have it now.
Here's mine.
Kyro, as you reach into the water and your hand is submerged, suddenly it's really cold. Your hand is cold.
Yeah.
By the way, I've cast detect magic.
Okay.
Okay, so you've cast detect magic, and you look around, and there's a faint aura of the arcane around Yell and around Ella, and you see it emanating from yourself, but
Okay.
not from the box.
Or anything else around that area at all, within 30 feet of me
No, doesn't seem
at
to be.
all.
I mean, who had the scroll? Who picked up the scroll earlier? It's probably
Were
still
you
in your
sup-
pack. So like anything that any magical items you have are in their packs. So
Well,
they'll
I'm not
preserve
paying attention to that.
No, the box itself is not magical at all. There's nothing
But-
else within the vicinity.
And there's nothing
I
around.
I just wanna see if it's locked.
Okay.
It is
Okay,
locked.
so my Batman vision reveals nothing.
I'm gonna try to unlock it and open it.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check. If you've got your
Alright.
thieves tools, you can do that with extra proficiency. Is that right?
Proficiency. I believe so.
Yeah.
Something to that effect. Alright, sleight of hand's
what the roll
that.
is.
And my proficiency is a +2, I believe. So that is quite good. D20 plus 14.
It clicks open. It's really not a difficult lock to pick. It's been haphazardly and quickly buried in an attempt to keep it out of sight, and it seems to have done its job for a long time. This is an old box. It's built up some wear. Somehow it's retained a degree of watertightness. The items inside are somewhat wet, including a folded up parchment, but it appears that the sealing mechanism of the lock itself has kept the stuff inside from being completely submerged and drenched in water. There is a parchment that's folded up into folded in the middle, and there's a ring, a silver ring with some kind of gemstone in it.
Cool.
Set, a very small one. There's also 10 gold pieces
Alright, I'll pocket those items.
And I didn't detect anything magical from them, so...
Not at all. No. No.
So, I'm just like, who did this belong to?
You don't know.
So I'm gonna investigate those papers and see if I can get any information from them about who this belonged to.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, I don't want to be stealing from pirates or something.
Okay.
Always steal from pirates.
You pick up the parchment, you open it up, and it appears to be a letter. It reads this. My dearest Bartholomew, how I miss you. These lonely days have passed without instance, and the towers of Valen's Kier rise so high into the sky, yet so detached from the mire below. I wish so much for us to be together, but the only way we can contact one another is by shadowy deals made with roguish delivery boys who have more courage than sense. I urge you to make your way to Valen's Kier so we can meet. I don't care what my father says. The enclosed money should be more than enough for the journey. And I've also enclosed a small token of my affection. Yours, now and always.
Okay, so I wait, who?
The name, it has been signed. And it's Princess...
Princess?
It's Princess
Princess
Kirana.
Do I recognize the name at all?
Do you recognize the name Valen's Kier?
Do I?
Make a history check.
Okay, so...
I should have asked you to make a history check straight away, but...
I'm like, I don't know DM, do I?
Does he?
Okay, so... History is +2. Roll... 20 + 2... What? 21.
Oh yeah, you know from your understanding of the Underdark and like obviously a couple of the towns like and communities in the Underdark closest to the surface are directly beneath the mountains of Trine, and because of that, you know from your limited dealings with those communities and from hearsay, that you know of the capital city of Trine. You know of the southern city of Dogbjorn, which is to the south of the mountains, but you also know of a high elven city called Valen's Kier, which is on the far side of the mountain range. And that's where you recognize it from. The name Kirana, which is obviously derived from the name of the city itself, is a name that strikes you immediately as belonging to nobility. There's a nomenclature to do with the noble names being tied to the names of their territories, and vice versa, that you immediately recognize. And obviously the prefix of princess obviously strongly hints that way as well. So yeah, it appears to be some kind of note of affection, imploring.
So immediately his mind has gone to, oh my god, a high elven lady has fallen in love with a drow, and they're eloping, and something terrible has happened. So he's just like holding this paper going like, ah!
What is this?
And he's like, this letter, read it, it's from a high elven princess. I think she was eloping with a drow, maybe?
What?
Because there's drow cities near here. Underneath here, I mean. And, oh my god.
Out of character. Wasn't this guy's named Bartholomew?
Yeah.
And then he thinks about it and he's like, or maybe a human. One of those. One of those is definitely true.
There is no indication of the race of the addressee.
Of the Bartholomew.
He's a very romantic fellow, so he's immediately like something beautiful and tragic has happened.
Maybe.
And he says, how long has this been here? She left this for her lover to find, or maybe it was lost by whoever was supposed to bring it to him, and he needs to know.
Well, if he's a human, he might be dead, so...
But what if he's not?
Do you...
I need to know what happened!
Okay.
It's clearly this was brought to our attention by the gods, and it's our responsibility to find out what happened. He doesn't actually.
Kyro just kind of glances at Eirys.
He's convinced himself that this was like given to him by the gods, but really he just wants to know what happened because he's nosy and romantic.
Yeah. Kyro just glances at Eirys. What is her reaction to what's happening?
Jodie, if you're talking, you're muted.
Oh no!
Sorry, I was like, I've said like 3 times, but sure, I'll tell you again.
Oh no!
Sorry, that's my bad. Sorry, what have I been saying? Okay, so when you read the note, she read it over your shoulder, and then when he started going, I need to know what happened, she was just like, shook her head and just walked away, and then just went and sat on the edge of camp, like, and
No,
just
come back
like...
here.
Okay.
He's gonna start waking people up and showing them this letter.
Don't do that. He puts a hand on your shoulder and just says, don't do that. They'll be useless if they don't
Listen,
sleep.
can I have the ring? I'd like to at least keep that in case he's still alive.
No. You can keep the letter if you want, but no.
What? Why? What do you have? It's not even that good of a ring. What could you possibly use it for?
Nothing. I just don't want to give it to you.
Oh, that's so mean. Why would you be so mean to your father?
He shrugs.
Eirys, you've gone back over to the camp. Make another perception check.
He's
You want to
like,
buy it from me?
I suppose if
17.
greed is the only thing that you understand, then I will have to buy it from you.
Okay. I'll come back to that in a sec, guys. Eirys, as you go back over to the camp, and it's just a number of bedrolls just kind of like arranged in a vague circular kind of shape, and there's a small twig fire from the little bits of branch and fallen wood that you had. The fire has not been very big and not been very bright. You do notice something shifting, and from the other side of the from the other side of the spring, coming down along the kind of hillway and plopping into the water are a few pebbles and bits of sedimentary rock kind of skittering down from the other side.
Is this over towards the Drow, or is this?
I'm going to say, quickly bringing up what happens next. The Drow are still on the same side. Ella and Yell are asleep. You're over by them, and the Drow are over by the pool of water on your side of the spring.
And this is on the far side.
And on the far side, you've noticed some scree kind of scraping, coming down.
Okay. I yell, "Hey, you two!
Yeah.
Look sharp!" And I kick Yell and Ella.
Oh wow.
Ow! Ow, what was that for?
I equip my...
Face gesture
What I do
over
this
to
time?
where I saw the things.
Wait, they're not that. They're short swords. What did I just say?
Okay. Yeah,
I've
Ella, what do you do?
gotten out my sword too.
I knock an arrow.
Okay. I'd like
I groggily pick up my sword.
Okay.
Ella grabs her stuff, seeing as everyone else is grabbing their stuff. She's a bit dazed.
While you do that, I'm going to press pause on the music because this is going to happen now. You guys have set this up amazingly. It's time. You look up, and at the top of the clearing, kind of lumbering over the crest, where the kind of divot where the spring is, it's unfortunately not. It's a wild, vast. Which one should we do? Let's do something exciting. Let's do this. A vast, wild, bear-like creature, but with the face
Oh no!
It's Bartholomew.
of a tawny
Owlbear.
owl coming across.
Bartholomew's an owlbear.
It begins rustling down, and it slides on the scree underneath it and rights itself. And as it does, it's approaching the water as if to take a drink, as if this is one of its known watering spots. It sees you, Eirys. He stops, he looks up, and he roars. What are you going to do?
Pull my arrow and wait until he seems aggressive.
Listen, owlbears know nothing except for, they don't understand anything except aggression, just fight it.
Did he yell that at me?
I suppose, Sintyrr, do you want to yell that at him? At Eirys, sorry? Too late. Owlbear is going to roar and is going to take his turn.
Oh boy.
It's a speed of 40 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He just barrels towards you and reaches the edge of the stream. And
I'd like to roll initiative.
he's taking a surprise turn, basically.
Oh no!
And he barrels over to take a dash action and gets to the Eirys.
No.
I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh.
Time for initiative.
19.
Oh wait, we can
That's a
go.
good
Oh
one.
wait, no, we can't.
In fact,
I'm rolling real numbers this time, you guys.
I too got a 19 plus a 1. That makes a 20 total.
oh,
See.
nice. Thank you for rolling so well, because by God, owlbears are scary. Ella.
I got it.
What kind of sound does an owlbear make anyway?
Roar.
Twitch rawr.
Twitch
I gotta
Ra.
work on my Foley. I
Yeah.
cannot do monster
Once
sounds.
I make my Jojorawr kind of name, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Twit Ra.
Twitch rawr. I love it. So many meanings behind that name.
Jameeesh, I got an 18.
Kyro got an 18. These are good rolls, guys. These are good rolls.
Good rolls. I don't get to go
Sintyrr.
first.
I'm gonna be the one that didn't make a good roll and got 9.
9.
9? That's not bad.
It's
Sintyrr.
okay, you're the cleric.
Sintyrr.
Yeah, well, you gotta wait until someone's hurt first.
Sintyrr, what
I assume we didn't
Yeah,
get them.
give me a second.
I assume me and Ella didn't get the benefit of a long rest.
No, you did.
15.
I'm going to say by the time all that happens, you guys have benefited
Oh,
from the long rest.
sweet.
You've woken up feeling relatively
Excellent.
rejuvenated. Oh, wow. The owlbear didn't do badly. He rolled a 17.
Ha!
So it's Yell, Eirys, Kyro, owlbear. I know what I'd do if I was Eirys. Yell, it's on you.
It's on me. Well, as I groggily get up, pick up, see this bear charge towards everyone, I just cut my hand against my sword for a drop of blood, and just in Abyssal, just an incantation, and cast Bane on the owlbear. He needs to make a charisma saving throw.
That's a good check to get an owlbear to make. Oh god damn it! He rolled a 19. -2 is 17.
He makes that.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, why am I sorry? I'm trying to kill you. Good.
Yeah. That's good for Mr. Owlbear. Or Mrs. I don't know. Some Owlbear.
Bonus action.
Owlbear of indeterminate and possibly irrelevant gender.
Yeah.
Hey, Eirys, have a bardic inspiration, cause holy shit, there's an owlbear attacking our faces. There's an owlbear attacking our faces.
Staying alive.
Amazing. Eirys, you feel the L's word sweeping in within you, and you are inspirified.
Inspirified.
Is that it, Yell? Are you gonna move?
Nah, I'm good. I'm 10 feet away at the moment.
All right, then. Eirys.
All right. I'm going to stab it with my rapier.
Make the attack roll, my friend.
Okay. Oh,
Don't forget about all your level 2 rogue buffs.
Yeah.
I hope I can hit this thing so bad.
What's it? 8. 14?
14. Hits.
Ah, thank God. Oh, that was not my best roll.
Damage.
Okay. 1d8. Which one's a you're a d8.
The one that looks like a diamond.
Plus 4. Oh, I get a 1. Okay. 5 damage.
5. Jeez, okay.
That was not a good roll. And I'm gonna disengage.
Yes, bonus action. That shiz, my friend. Which way are you gonna go?
To the show.
Ah, darn
Show
it.
to others.
Huh?
I'm gonna go here in the trees. Like, not up the trees, but just.
5, 10, 15.
Oh, yeah, as much as I can over there.
You make it that far. You make it that far.
Yep.
Okay.
That's good.
And as you kind of thrust your rapier forward, it pierces the front of the owlbear's chest and it sinks several inches in. It doubles back and screeches and roars in that strange twit-ra motion. And as it's like rolling back, you take that opportunity to strafe backwards into the trees behind. You almost clatter into Ella, but she ducks and you jump and you manage to jump over.
Oh, we look so
Yeah.
cool.
There we are.
Kyro, what's happening?
Alright, question. Can I stealthily get to this location near, like, sort of behind the owlbear?
I will say
Right there.
you will need to take the hide action in order to do so, which means you wouldn't be able to attack were you to succeed.
Now I'll just run up and hit it then. I'll go
okay.
there.
Kyro, this is your movement.
Yes.
That's your movement in its entirety.
And I crit.
20.
Oh, natural 20. That hit. That crits. Roll the
Alright.
damage on the dice.
I'm gonna go ahead and see
Double
if
it,
my
and then
offhand
double it.
hits. I don't think the offhand hits, but I will go ahead and roll twice, I suppose. Alright. So
It's
that's
9.
9.
9!
It does not. Hang on, wait, hang on. I'm confused. You're going with your offhand. That's a d20 plus no modifiers because it's your offhand.
I rolled twice because I got a crit.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll happily take that then. It's 6 plus 4, which is 10 hit points of damage. 10
Yay.
hit points of damage. So yeah, your dagger kind of, you sweep along, and as you run along the edge of the spring, water sprays up behind you, and you shank it in the side, and the rearing back continues, and it kind of sweeps out loosely with its left arm, and you duck and avoid the blow. Unfortunately, you've run out of movement. Is there any bonus action you can or wish to do? Oh wait, you've offhanded. That is your bonus action. The
Yep.
bear turns.
I swiped
to you.
twice and one of them successfully landed.
Is going to make a multi-attack on you
Ooh.
with its beak and with its claws. First attack. 25.
I feel like that'll hit.
Can't tell if that was a happy noise or like a I'm worried for you noise.
Seven hit points of bludgeon or piercing damage from the beak as it jerks its head forward and rips into your shoulder and around your top of your arm. And then it kind of, as its beak is kind of pinning you in, it rips across with its claws.
Oh, ow.
Oh, wow. 24.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Wait, is that damage or to hit?
It's the hit.
Okay.
Hit.
Oh! 19 points of slashing damage.
Oh! I think I'm down. Let me check. Sorry.
You should be keeping track of this, come on. That was 19, the last hit was 7.
Yeah,
So
I'm down.
26 points of damage. You collapse to the ground. And,
I am
yes.
tossed.
The owlbear puts it down, spits you out, and cries into the sky. Its wounds bleeding a reddish, blackish bracken. Sintyrr.
Alright, man, why do you keep doing this?
Because I love you.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna run over and heal my son.
5, 10, 15, 20. I said that you can lay on hands there, or do whatever you want.
I have cure wounds.
Alright.
So that would be D8 plus spellcasting modifier, and so that's D8 plus 2, I believe.
Okay.
Six.
Kyro's eyes open and some of the wounds close. There's a lot of ripped clothing from that beak and those claws, but you're awake.
And I'm like, stop doing this!
The bear doesn't understand what you said, but will attack anyway.
No, I said that to my son.
Ah, okay. Good.
I'm gonna pretend you said it to the owlbear.
Ella.
Hello. Okay. We are. Okay. I am going to cast Shield of Faith, please.
Who are you going to cast that on?
I think I will do that on Kyro.
Okay. Is
Ooh,
it someone
excellent.
you
What
can
is
see,
that?
or do you have to be touching? Let me just check.
Don't think it's a touching one.
Range 60 feet. Yep, good.
And if I do heroism on the next turn, then he's gonna be super safe.
Super Saiyan. Good. So, Kyro, your armor class increases by 2,
Cool.
and that happens for the next 10 minutes. Ella, you are concentrating. You're thinking hard on that. So you can't cast any other concentration spells.
Okay.
Cast anything else?
Marvelous. Do I still have movement, don't I?
You do.
I would like to step away from the big scary owlbear.
5. How far?
Maybe a bit further.
15. Any further?
Nope, that's fine.
Okay.
Yep.
Ella, good turn. Yell.
Right, let me just double check exactly the rule how spell casting works for shapes.
Okay.
Because you know exactly what I'm about to do, but I want to check the shape before I do anything.
Okay.
Originating from me, does that make me the center, or do I spread it out in a direction from the center?
Nope.
Does not
It's
matter
exactly
in
what
this case.
you're doing.
It's gonna
It's
be.
exactly that.
I think it's a cube that goes forward from your position in a direction that you choose.
Oh, sweet.
Each edge of the cube is 15 feet long. That's what a 15-foot cube I interpret to mean. So you could go out in that direction and hit it.
Guess what I'm going to cast?
I wonder.
Is it Thunderwave?
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. After I cut myself,
Thunderwave.
it's a con save, which I know it will probably be good against, but it still takes damage even if it succeeds.
Okay, it's rolled a 12 plus 3 is 15.
Ah, damn it. That plus 3 saved it.
Ah, blast.
But it still takes 2d8 damage. Halved. That is an 8 and a 3, that's an 11. Half it how you wish.
To 5, okay. That's some sparking arcane energy as you hit the ground, and the space in front of you erupts in lightning and crackles between this owlbear's body, and it shakes it off, and it sparks between it, and it flinches, and it turns, and it pays attention to you having been hit.
Come on, big boy.
Oh,
already? Okay.
As far as you can see,
Can I move back a bit?
Oh, how far do you want to move?
Full movement, while it's distracted on me.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright, you can totally do that. The owlbear looks pretty peeved. Eirys, it's so focused on yell it can't see you. What are you doing?
Ideal. I'm gonna use my bonus action to wait. I come out of hiding if I attack, don't I? Okay. Do I have a clear sight of it?
You do.
Okay. I'm going to use my short bow to fire at it.
Okay.
If I can.
Oh, is it engaged with Kyro? Because Kyro's conscious.
I am conscious and standing up.
I'm gonna say no. It's just a straight roll.
You can take your bonus action to hide, though. I did look at the sheet, and it is part of the cunning action feature.
Yes.
Yeah, I rolled a
Rogues
3,
and
so
then
that was
two
a 7.
bonus.
I don't hit.
Okay, so the arrow just flies out across its vision, and it does glance and see you. It's looking enraged in the direction in front of it. So Kira,
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to hide.
Make that
and-
roll.
What roll is it?
It's
A
stealth check.
dex? Oh, a stealth, sorry.
So stealth check.
18.
Oh yeah, you kind of disappear into the shadows, and it tries to keep track of your position, but it loses track of you. Good. That'll be a turn, unless you want to move anywhere else. I'll say that you move towards here. just
No,
to
I'm... Yeah, that sounds good.
Hero, you are alive.
Am I able to use my bonus action to hide in this location? It is
The only place where you'd be able to do that effectively is by literally rolling into the water. You can certainly try.
I mean, I'm going to immediately attack it afterwards. So,
What
all
do you
right.
do?
I can. Sure, I'll go ahead and do that.
Make a stealth check.
23,
Oh yeah, you roll into the water.
and then I'm gonna
disappear.
spring out of the water at it, and I'm gonna try to do some.
Roll
Like a
22.
deadly and beautiful dolphin.
Yeah, so I hide, and then I spring out of my hiding place, and I stab it with my short sword. And I got a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13.
Is the damage without modifier? Okay, for the second one. So it's 13 points of damage, that'll do. Yeah. As you kind of explode out of the water behind it, it kind of twigs its head around to its right, and then you just plunge downwards as you kind of stick the landing, forward leaping and stabbing it through the upper shoulder, like neck region behind it, and it squeals and it thrashes around. You jump off and back into the water. It's spoiled for choice now. What's it going to choose to do? A spark of electricity snaps at it from behind, and it's going to pursue Yell.
Yeah, it is.
It moves away. Kyro, you've got an attack of opportunity should you wish to take it.
Of course I do. That's just a regular hit, I assume.
Yep.
Alright. Well, that misses.
Okay, yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, it gets to you. Oh boy, yell. Time to pray. Oh, okay. 17 with a big attack.
Yeah, that is.
Boy. Okay. Oh! 15 piercing damage.
Whoa.
Floor attack. Oh! 13.
Just hits.
Oh no! Damn it! Okay. 14 additional slashing damage from the claws.
I'm down.
Yeah. Oh man.
Dear.
I can't help you anymore.
You can help me again.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up with some heroism on my turn.
Okay. What does that do?
Okay.
It is your turn, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up with some heroism. I go over and pat you, and you are imbued with like courage, which it gives you some temporary hit points.
Oh, good.
Equal to my spellcasting ability, so 2.
Oh. Well, alright.
At the start of each of its turns, so I guess you get new temporary hit points if those ones get used up.
Okay.
And but I don't think it stacks.
Okay.
You just always have 2 extra hit points for a while.
Alright.
Okay.
And also you can't be frightened.
Well, good.
That's it. Sorry. That's all I got.
Alright, that's fine.
Okay. Is that your turn, Sintyrr, or are you gonna move anywhere else?
Yeah, I guess I should probably move towards the owlbear. Maybe, like, try to get its attention. Maybe it'll attack me first. I'm in armor, so I'm a better target.
What are you gonna yell?
I'm gonna yell, I'm gonna make some, what I imagine an aggressive owlbear sound to sound like.
And as you do, the owlbear, having gored the tiefling in front of it, satisfied its work is done, it does turn around. Oh boy, wow. Being stared down by a wild owlbear with massive wounds on its side is quite a sight. Your turn is done. Ella, what are you going to do?
Can I... I am... Can I cast Sacred Flame, please?
On the owlbear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, it rolls a 13.
Yeah. Doesn't work. Damn it.
Okay. Would you like to move anywhere?
Yes. Can I get closer to Yell, please?
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's your movement. Cool. Yell. I would like you to
Time for
please
that
make...
death save.
Yep.
16, that's a success.
Thank God for that. Okay, yeah. Succeeding on the first one makes a big difference. Good, that's you. Eirys, you are currently... I'm going to say, because you're... Did you take the hide bonus action? You're currently hidden?
Yeah.
So you've got advantage on the attack should you choose to make it.
Woo! Yep, please. With my bow again.
Let's do it.
And... No, it'll be fine. Oh, heck. Oh, that almost caught. Can we roll that one again? It fell out of my dice tray. 14, okay. 15. 18.
That hits. Roll damage.
Actions, attack. Okay. 1 D.
Sneak attack, don't
Six.
forget the extra d6.
Whoa, okay. Okay, those are just normal looking dice. Okay, so 2d6. Oh, I got a 1 on one of them, so 6, and then it's just plus 1 of the 4s, right? 1 modifier.
It's
So
plus your modifier, right?
yeah, just once rather than twice.
Yeah.
So that's 10.
10 hit points of damage. Ah, okay. The arrow flies through between the kind of spindly trees and lodges itself in the side of the owlbear. It's starting to look. Ooh, it's starting to look pretty rough, guys.
I'll hide again as well with my bonus action.
Yeah,
Please.
make that roll.
Whoops, sorry. Oh no. I only got 13.
13's what you needed. You're hidden.
Oh, okay.
So you move back into another hiding place.
Yeah, that'll do me.
Hero.
Am I currently hidden or no?
I'll say that you're under the surface of the water. You don't know whether you're hidden or not.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to move over here,
All right.
and I want to shoot at it.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Oh man. I feel like that misses.
Yeah. Doing flies over and into the back of the tree over leaf. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I'd like to use my bonus action to hide.
Ooh. Does bonus
Unless there's
action-
nothing to hide.
There isn't. This is a relatively plain area.
Okay, that's
the
fine.
stream is too thin for you to like try and
That's
dive
alright.
into. Do rogues get a dash on their bonus action if they choose?
Yeah, I could bonus action dash somewhere, but
Yeah.
Dash, disengage, or hide.
Good to do. I'll just stay where I am.
All right. Bear is going to run to Sintyrr. Oh boy! Come on, stop rolling so well, please. Better. It's a 9 to hit Sintyrr with the beak. Oh, it's a 19 to hit with the claws. Does that hit?
19. Yeah, what is my armor class? I forget. Oh yeah, that is definitely. It's not absurdly high or anything.
You sustain 18 points of slashing damage from the claws.
Okay, well, I think I'll probably be fine. Wait, how many points?
18.
18.
Oh, never mind. I'm like dying.
Oh boy. Okay.
He's not dead, but
He is dead.
I just go like, I'm like, come at me, owlbear! Ah!
oh wait, you did what? That's your max? 18?
No, my max is 16.
Oh.
Okay.
What? Okay.
Sintyrr. It's time for a death saving throw.
Oh no.
Not again!
Oh. Wow, this owlbear. Is it looking rough yet? Or
Yeah.
okay.
I just saved your life!
What do you mean?
I like saved you like 2 turns ago.
Yeah? I can't heal you, I'm not a cleric.
You can try to
What do you want me to do?
keep the owlbear from eating me!
I will! I'm trying to kill it! I'm doing my best.
Okay.
But everyone who flanks it dies, so I can't get a dang sneak attack bonus.
What's the roll?
Oh, right.
I think I should just go for ranged at this point,
It's an 8.
even though it's less
That's a
fun.
fail.
It is.
Oh,
Sintyrr,
well.
grows pale. Ella, what are you doing?
Ah! Ella just stands there like, ah!
And that's our plan, everybody.
You're closer to Yal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Yell first. And I am gonna cast Kill Wings on him.
Roll the dice.
Alright,
Don't
well,
forget to add your modifier.
I know Eirys is over there, so if I go over here.
Come on! Ha! 9!
9! Yeah,
I restore 9 hit points.
9. The best word in the world. Yes. Yeah.
You've got a ranged heal.
You've got a touch of movement left.
Okay. How much of my movement?
You've used 15 feet, so you got 10 feet more.
Okay, can I use that 10 feet to start getting over to... I'm really sorry, I've forgotten his name.
Sintyrr.
Sintyrr. Thank you. Sorry.
As you move across.
Oh, don't the elder get me! No! No.
Okay, so 5.
Would you rather move
10,
here?
Yeah, so you move there.
Wait a minute. As far away the elf as possible, please.
Okay, Yell, you open your eyes. What are you gonna do?
First of all, I'm going to use half my movement to stand up. Just, thank you.
Maybe if we just shoot at it from far away and have it bounce between all of us, it will never hit us.
Can I see through the owlbear to the person that's on the floor?
You want
I'd say
to
yes.
kite.
It's carrying
You
over
want to
it, but
kite
it's
the
lying
owlbear.
at its feet.
Yes.
I will whistle a little tune and cast Healing Word.
Yay!
Oh, nice!
Roll
Hey!
Where is my D4 at?
Don't forget
That's
your
D6.
modifier, don't forget your
D6.
modifier, don't forget your modifier, don't.
I won't.
Jameeesh is a bard too.
Every DM's a
That
bard.
is a 4 plus 3, that is 7 points of healing.
7 points of healing. The healing rolls
The
are
most
coming in. Cynthia, you open your eyes and your body is aching because it's just been ravaged by an owlbear in every sense of the word. Do you want to move anyway, Yell?
I still have my main action left.
Oh, you do, you son of a gun.
Do
Healing
I
word
do
is a
it?
bonus.
Do I do it?
Do it.
You can
Because
do
I've
it.
got no
There's other
spells
people.
left, so... Yeah, screw it, I'm going to charge in with my longsword, two-handed.
Whoa!
Oh, with advantage
forget
because
my
he is
idea, I'm
looking the
gonna
other
melee
direction.
now.
17 was the higher of the two, 17 plus 4, that's 21 to hit.
Roll damage.
Excellent.
So I need my D10 plus 2.
Thank you, new flanking friend.
That is a 9 plus 2, that's 11.
Let's just gang up on the
11.
owlbear and start curb stomping it.
Try
So
to.
you run it through, and the blade pokes through the other side of the beast, and it howls. You pull the blade out; it's bleeding everywhere. Somehow, it's still alive. Eirys,
I'm going to shoot an arrow at it.
you roll with advantage,
Shish kebab.
and for God's sake, use your bardic inspiration.
How much is inspiration?
1d6.
It's a D8.
on top of your
D6.
attack roll.
I said the wrong die.
19.
Hits. Roll damage.
I've already forgotten. It's 1d6, isn't it?
Correct.
It's
1d6 plus 4.
It's 2d6
Wait, double
because it's a
two.
sneak attack.
Yay! I love being a rogue. Being a rogue is awesome.
Agreed.
11.
How do you want to do this?
Oh man. Okay. Fair enough.
Could I get it straight in the middle through the back of the head, so whoever the owlbear's facing, first see this massive sword come out through its chest, and then just see an arrow come out through its face.
Kyro, you watch this happen before you. First, there's like a wave of greenish white light that emanates around the body of your father. He opens his eyes and and then owlbear collapses to the ground, full of pock marks and wounds, and its breathing slows and its body falls still. All of you, gasping, look around at one another.
Nice.
I give a thumbs up while laying on my back.
I've already said what I said.
I'm going to start skinning the owlbear for its fur.
That was fast.
Make a survival.
I also sit up and say, like, that was way too close for
I rolled
anyone's comfort.
a 15 to collect my 3 arrows.
Yeah, you pick up all 3.
Yay!
I figure we should cook this then.
9 total
Eat
for
it.
survival.
Oh wow. You pick up. You get the pelts. It's not full size. It's roughly half the size, and the quality isn't great.
I gathered it wouldn't be,
It's
especially after we ploughed it with various wounds.
yeah.
That's fair.
It's
It's a pincushion now.
It might pick up something in town. In terms of a sell.
Throw into a hat.
Does anyone need healing?
Ooh, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Is it more than one of you, or is it just one of you?
I'm on 9, but it's fine.
I'm
Sure.
on full health.
So, who am I healing here?
Not me.
Not you, Eirys.
I don't mind not being healed because I imagine you don't have many slots left.
I only have one. Yeah, I only have one slot left. But
Yeah, so
I do have my.
Well, I think we're gonna take a short rest and cook the owl bear.
Okay. Yeah. Can do.
that could work. In which case,
And
I'm
eat
also
it.
going to use my Song of while we are resting, so I get an extra d6 on my hit dice.
Very good.
Yeah. Sure.
Wait, does that apply to everyone or just you?
That applies to everyone.
Oh, excellent.
Everyone who wants to use hit dice to heal.
Okay. We might just be alright then. You might not need to heal us. Let's see.
I'm
What
going to
are
use
my-
one of my d8s. Ah, excellent.
Got an 8.
An 8 plus 3. That's
Ooh, my hit
ah,
die
that puts me up to maximum. Ah,
Mm,
So 8 and a 6.
Oh, sweet.
okay.
Uh,
So you
Wait, how much are they? Is it
D6.
it's
Alright.
you get 1d6 extra on top of hit dice you use, or is it per hit die? Might be per hit die.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm double checking.
what's
Plus
the
9 is
XP?
15. Yeah, I'm good. You don't have to heal me.
Or
The experience points. Let's just do the maths.
Oh yeah. That's a good
140 each.
okay.
Ah, nice. Free
It's a big old
divided.
Big old chunk of change.
It's hit dice total. As long as you use one or more, you get a 1d6 extra.
Okay. So you
So
guys
it doesn't.
rest.
It's not per die.
You carve into
So it was
the body
100
of,
and what?
140. Sorry, 140
Is that each?
each.
I also hand a gold piece to my son and say, like, give me that frickin' ring.
What? Oh no, I decided to keep it. I flipped the coin back to you.
I look really, really peeved, and I'm like, how much do you want for it?
I don't know. I kind of want to keep it for a while. I think it'll appreciate in value.
I don't have that much money on me.
I don't necessarily need money.
What do you want? Do you want some mafia-style favor?
Yeah.
I can't promise anything that would go against my vows as a paladin, but I will owe you any other kind of favor. Is this a deal?
He shrugs.
Sounds like it's no to
We'll see how it goes.
I need you to give me the ring now,
Why now?
because I don't trust you enough to you're clearly trying to wring every bit of anything you can get out of me. I know that it's difficult for you to grasp the concept of it, but I
Raises his
will
eyebrows.
keep my word, but I don't trust you to keep your word.
Well, you'll just have to live with that, I guess, he says. He seems kind of smug.
Alright.
You
Shall we move this on? Or...
okay?
We're traveling.
Okay.
Will you guys head on back to the road and return
Have we taken a short rest, or we just?
Yeah, I'd say in the short rest you roll whatever hit dice you want. If you have any abilities that recharge in the event of a short rest, then they do. And you guys are, I'm going to say, from cooking and eating the owlbear, which you're able to do fairly easily between yourselves, you don't need to reduce your ration pack by 1 for today.
Of course.
There's a lot of meat on that thing. And
Is that including or excluding the long rest we took earlier?
And Sintyr's just like, you know, if I was a much worse person, I would probably say something like, well, fine, next time you're dying to an owlbear, let's see someone else heal you then. But
It's kind of confident. It's just like, but you're not a worse person, are you?
I'm not.
You just
And I would not hold this over you.
Exactly.
And you know that.
Yes.
I lean over to Alan.
And you see this as weakness in me, so you're going to pounce like some sort of vulture.
Do vultures
I don't know what a vulture is.
It's
I lean over to Alan
it's
and
a
just...
bird that eats dead things because it sees opportunity and will eat anything they can stuff into its gob. That's
Sounds
you.
like a pretty reasonable bird.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Yeah,
thank you,
but...
Kyro. Thank you,
but-
Sorry.
Cynthia, Kyro, thank you. Yeah, what are you doing?
I lean over to Ella and just... Drama!
So yeah, that goes on for a while.
Eirys, Ella, and Yell, you just kind of watch these two Drow, father and son, just bickering over the meal.
So,
and,
you guys want to bet on how this turns out? Like,
I
fight?
kind of do.
We never want to talk to each other again.
And I'm like, you're really gonna do this in earshot of me?
Oh yeah, I'm like completely open about everything.
Can I bet too?
What are we betting, guys?
What are we betting on exactly?
Just how this argument turns out.
Oh, I bet. Wait, what are the outcomes we're betting on?
One of you dies. You never talk to each other again, or you hug it out. That's what I got so far.
I'm going for not talking to each other again.
I'm gonna go with one of us dies.
I'm gonna go with neither of us die.
Are you betting on yourself?
I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure neither of us die.
Exactly. But you're older than me, so eventually.
But-
That's
We
really
just
not
imagine
gonna pay
80
out for
years
you.
from now, you're like,
80
owe me money.
He will be dead by the time either of us are dead.
Well, I'll just collect then.
Ella
Out of his grave?
Ella kind of
I'll
says,
leave it in my will.
Exactly.
Ella says, come on guys, we gotta move on. Let's
You
go.
are one of the pettiest people I've ever had the displeasure of being related to.
I'm surprised. I thought you were
Eat down
related
on
to...
some owlbear like it's popcorn.
Never mind, your mother was a lot more petty.
Okay.
Is she still alive, by the way?
Would I be here if she was still alive?
Good point. He does whatever the equivalent of signing the cross is for his religion.
Cross yourself. That's a sign of your order. You guys eventually finish the owlbear. You leave the kind of husk of the carcass with some of the meat missing and all of the pelt roughly hewn off by Yell, and you return to the road. Well done. Part 1 of tonight's session is over. that I totally ad-libbed. Good. So you continue your journey. You go back to the road. You follow it to the right and continue down the increasingly dusty path. The trail begins sloping downhill after a little while of travel. The moon has truly risen now, and it's a relatively clear sky for the first hour of travel, and then clouds appear to move across directly over the mountains themselves. It's an ominous kind of sight greeting you as you approach, the moonlight glinting off of the clouds.
Do the clouds look natural?
It appears to be a fairly natural formation of cloud.
Yeah.
There's a flash of light.
Soggy leather.
The trail begins sloping downhill, and the view ahead of you opens up as it does. So, and you can see silverly. What word is that? Illuminated by the silvery light from the moon. You can see in the distance a wall of dark wooden logs wrapping around a small town at the base of a large crack in the side of the vast mountain range that has been increasingly taking up more of the skyline and is now looming in front of you. It's seemingly this mountain is cleft into two by a tiny thread, but the closer you get to the town, the thread appears to be a staircase which is carved into the stony mountainside. And you can see as you get closer, there's a ground level of this town with the fence around, and something resembling a gate that's manned by the soldiers at the front. And further up the mountain, there appears to be a second level, almost carved into the mountainside itself. It's small, but there are a number of large buildings on this kind of second level of the town. And the staircase kind of reaches that, and then continues further up the mountain. There's in the evening air. There's a few chimneys with smoke rising from them, but it's a lazy, drifty smoke that's difficult to spot. You guys continue on. And within the next couple of hours, you make your way across. The ground levels out, some grassy patches are around, and you follow the path straight towards the gates. And the gates are closed. What would you like to do?
Are there any guards outside?
Yeah, there's a pair. There's obviously the palisade wall. There appears to be something of a walkway on the other side of the wall, at the top of these kind of logs that have sheared to a point on each log. And there's a pair, and they've watched you approach. And as you look up and see one calls down, "Ho! Travelers! Welcome to Trinstone. State your business."
I have my helmet down, so...
Oh, gods! We're here for business, leisure, maybe a bit of both.
A pilgrimage.
A pilgrimage?
You have a temple here, right?
You're talking about the temple at the top of the mountain?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I nod.
Okay. And he kind of indicates down to below, and there's a sound of a crack and as some kind of winch is operated, and a pair of doors that the gate forms slowly opens. And he says,
I rub my hands together and say, "Open sesame," as they slowly open.
"What you want to do is you want to head to the Aberrant Eye. Literally just come straight in through the main road. It's the first building on the left. Big old building.
What a name.
Have Goal inside just set you up with some rubs for the night. I bet you're going to be tired after travelling on the road."
Many thanks. I walk past.
Yep. The two guards kind of watch you warily as you go by. And as you see, there's a team of two more guards that have operated between themselves. A large winch on the left-hand side that's linked to a chain that opens the main sort of gate mechanism. And yeah, you guys make your way into town. You see, just bring this up. Yeah, there's large road that goes into the main town. On the right-hand side, as soon as you walk in, there are a bunch of houses loosely arranged into a semi sort of like street-like fashion. Straight ahead of you, as you walk in, you see a number of tents pitched up in what appears to be some kind of like central field, almost like a recreational field of some kind, and it appears that there's a circus that's set up here in town. And it's a number of small tents housing the circus, and a big top tent at the far side, about 100 feet from you. But on the left-hand side, as the guards have instructed you, there's a large tavern, and you follow the building around, and there's a wide front door with a swinging sign of a gemstone, and there's a deliberately like embellished imperfection inside the heart of the gemstone, and the words aberrant eye surround it. What would you guys like to do?
Are we inside the tavern at the moment or outside?
You're outside the tavern looking at the sign. Behind you.
I will walk in, please.
Okay, walk inside.
Cast thaumaturgy on the door as she opens the door.
And it echoes around, and there's a sound of a flautist playing, and it suddenly stops, and everyone looks up from their drinks.
I act as if nothing happened and just walk to the bar.
You'll do so, and you'll see a silver-scaled dragonborn polishing a tankard at the bar, widely eyeing you as you walk in. Everyone else, what are you doing?
I'll walk in as well.
Yeah, I walk in as well. And I kind of smile and go, and wave.
I'm walking in. I still have my helmet down.
I don't.
I walk in last.
Well, I
and
may as
the
well
door's closed.
not make them more upset, because there's like 2 drow.
You wham the doors closed, and it echoes around again, and what was first a bit of wonder is now like met with a bit of like eye-narrowing and minor annoyance. And
don't worry, guys, you'll get used to it. Everybody loves me, right, guys? Turn to the party. See, they love me.
I give a thumbs up.
There's a particular.
I do the same and smile.
Particularly wizened
Eirys,
guy in the
ignores him.
corner. Yeah, particularly wizened guy in the corner with like scrunch up eyes, and one of them's really wide, and one of them's really, really scrunched in, and kind of goes, ah! Kind of demeaning laugh, and returns to his ale, and
That guy gets it.
You guys approach the bar, and the dragonborn behind's like, welcome to the Aberrant Eye. How can I help?
Like a room, please.
I can arrange that. It's 7 silver pieces per night.
I pass 7 silver.
All right.
Hi. I'd like a rating on our entrance, please.
He gives a wry smile. He's like, well, I'd give a solid 7 out of 10.
Huh, that's higher than I thought.
The rest of your party, well, the gnome gets points for being cute. Your other friends need to work on their general appearance. Drow are welcome. He kind of looks at Sintyrr. Drow are welcome here, as long as you don't make any trouble.
Thank you. I'm not used to that. He takes off his helmet.
Oh my god, you're a drow!
No, you shouldn't worry.
Roll my eyes at him.
You shouldn't worry about being discriminated against here. If someone of my caliber can rise to bar manager of this place, well, you can consider yourself in good company.
Hey, why is this place called the Aberrant Eye?
Well, it's the idea behind Gull, the guy who owns the place.
Huh.
He likes artistic renditions of gemstones and the like, and he thought the eye of a gemstone might make for a decent tavern name, I don't know.
Okay.
One room, and he hands you, Eirys, a key. Just head up the stairs. It's attached to the key, the number.
I head off.
Will the rest of you be wanting lodging, or...?
Yeah?
7 silver pieces for a single room.
Oh. But you said I was
Anyone want to share a room with me? Hey, no,
Ella, make a perception roll. What are you saying, Kyro?
Kira's offering to share a room with Ella.
Oh! 12.
He kind of smiles. He's like, well, you're going to earn more points at this rate, but not yet. 7
and Sintyr's just like, okay,
I'll keep going.
I'll just get my own room and be all alone.
Do you want to halve it, or...?
Yeah,
That's
sounds good to me.
Yeah? Cool.
And I look confused why he's like...
Yeah, why Kira's apparently just ignoring you now.
And he's being generous to other people, just not me.
Yeah.
What? He's just splitting a room with a gnome.
The gnome's very happy.
Yeah, but that's like generous for him.
Why?
I don't know.
You literally met me yesterday.
His house.
Yeah, but you've been trying to wring everything you can get out of me since then.
He's literally just keeping a ring from you.
I know! It's just a ring!
Exactly.
But because you know it means a lot to him, you're just like being such a jerk.
Yes, exactly. Because he's pretty sure that you're the only person who would want this thing.
Can I ask, what's your name? She's looking at the Dragonborn. Yeah, your name. My name's Ella.
Ella, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Trent.
Nice to meet you, Trent. And she holds out her hand.
He takes it, and the scales are immediately slightly cold to the touch, but you get used to it very quickly, and he squeezes and slowly shakes. He's dressed in a fairly run-down sort of brackenish. It used to be a white apron, but the years of usage have stained it. He's probably middle-aged-ish. It's difficult to get a read on the age of a dragonborn once it's fully grown, or once he's fully grown. Sorry. Yes, I've been working here ever since Gull took me in. He's a good lad.
He sounds like a nice guy.
Well, you know, furbolgs do have that general cheery demeanor, don't they?
Ah, he's a furbolg.
Yeah, yes, he's a furbolg.
Oh my god. Ella's eyes like go wide.
So, I'm guessing you like furbolgs.
They're so tall.
Isn't everyone tall to you?
Yeah, but they're extra tall.
Yeah, everyone's tall to her. She's only 3.5.
He just kind of does like a fair sort of. I don't know how to describe the expression, but like you know that like half the pictures of Obama where he's just like. I don't know how to describe that facial expression.
Yes, I know exactly the expression you're talking about. Yeah. If someone finds that, can you just put it on the Discord, please? Yeah. So, Trent's like, well, I suppose it's true. He is tall. He's marginally taller than me. But you see, I'm not as young as I once was. I used to be a real strapping one. Yeah.
Oh. She whispers, how old are you then?
I'm, well, 69. But that's
Oh, that's nothing. You're still a spring chicken.
What's so funny about that, Tiefling?
I mean, 69. you know.
It's my
And-
Sex
sex
stuff.
day. It's time.
Yeah, get your head out of the gutter.
Do you know how?
Well, where else would it
It's
be?
the sex number.
Do you know how many drunken people come in here laughing at my age? It's
You know,
demeaning.
if that many
Is it
people laugh
69?
at the number, if people laugh at the number, why do you tell them so freely?
Damn
Why not
you,
lie?
Tiefling. Damn you and your logic. He picks up his
Oh yeah, Sintyr's definitely laughing at this, by the way.
he picks up the wiper and he picks up the tankard and he turns and he strides to one side, puts it down, and starts wiping on another. You guys each have. So what we.
Whoops.
Eirys, you've got up to your room. Ella and Kyro, you've bought a room. I'll say for the sake of expediency, Yell and Sintyrr can share a room if you want.
Okay.
I was actually going to wait until everybody had gone
Oh, okay.
up to
I
their
figured-
various
I
rooms.
figured that might be the case.
Alright.
I definitely like offer to go halvesies on a room with them.
Yeah, go for it. I'll
Okay.
join you in a bit.
Okay, so you each lose 5 silver and 5 copper and 3 silver for the 7 it takes to rate the room tonight. Does anyone have anything they want to do before they'll head up to rest? Again, it's been a pretty exhausting day after the altercation with the owlbear, and it has been a few hours on the road. So you could take a long rest now. What it would mean is you'd come in sync with the daytime now, as opposed to traveling during the night.
I'd like to first I'd like to go up to my room,
Mm-hmm.
draw a dagger, and just check the whole room out. Check that no one's in it. There's no traps. Just like get a feel for the security of the room.
Make an investigation check.
Is it alright if I go and roll that as well?
Say again.
So is it
10.
alright if I go and roll that as well?
You can go into your own room, yeah, and roll an investigation check.
Get out my
Eir-
room. Jeez.
No, not
Eirys-
her room.
Eirys, you rolled a 10. You don't find anything out of the ordinary. You try and run. There are kind of wooden boards that make up the walls. You run the edge of your knife along the edges of these walls. There isn't anything there. By the time that happens, the weariness of the few hours of travel and the altercation with the bear that you've had is catching up to you, so you don't find anything.
Okay. After that, then I'd like to go down. Could I buy just a cheap ale? Find like a dark, shady corner.
Yep.
Or as dark and out the way as possible. Sit there, not drink my drink, but just eavesdrop on what I can hear other people.
Okay.
Try and look conspicuous.
All right. So I'll let you do that. You spend 3 copper pieces on an ale, and you take it into the corner. There aren't that many people around, but you position yourself adjacent to a table with a couple of dwarves. They appear to be mining folk, and you sit down, make a stealth check. In the meantime, Kyro, what are you doing?
He just does a cursory glance of the room, sits down with Ella, and asks her if she wants to keep an eye out first while he trances.
I got 21.
Sure.
Alright.
Okay. Kyro, were you going to investigate your room?
Yeah, I rolled a 6, so I'm just gonna
Oh, okay.
say he just kind of looks around and
Yeah.
doesn't see anything too suspicious, so.
Okay, so as you guys settled in and sit down, and you go in for your rest, Ella, you kind of keep a lookout, realizing that time you could be spending sleeping here is being spent looking out for some reason. Eirys, you're at the table, and there's a group of 3 dwarven miners with similar tankards of ale to your own, kind of like laughing and wiping their faces with grubby hands and clapping each other on the shoulders, and the tone gets a bit quieter as the time goes on and tiredness catches up with them, and they start kind of grumbling. I tell you, the shit I hear about what's happening up north. What do you mean? What do you mean? We're perfectly safe here. We're perfectly safe. I mean on the other side of the mountain. Do you know they got war bands of orcs patrolling around the plains? That Kyr isn't safe anymore. What do you mean? It's fine. Those high elves will be fine. I know, they'll just shut their doors and they'll just keep those orcs out. But I tell you, those people that are on the plains, they're fucked. I tell you, they're fucked. Ah, you worry too much. I worry exactly the right amount. You can never worry too much. We just need to lie low. And then one of them cracks a fart joke and it kind of descends again. And the one that was like worried ends up like retiring and stumbling out of the building, having taken on a lot of drinks. Yeah. You don't really pick up much. What was your stealth check?
21.
Make a perception check.
Perception. 20. Not natural.
You see in the opposite corner of the tavern a cloaked figure, not dissimilar to yourself, with smoking a pipe with hood up. And as he takes a draught of the pipe, it lights up and reveals a glinting pair of eyes staring straight at you.
Oh crap!
Spooky.
All right. Do I know how long he's been there? Have I noticed him at all?
You just have. It's unclear how long he's been looking at you.
Oh, okay.
You were focused on overhearing other conversations.
I'm gonna just pretend to drink my drink, like just to sip it and look lost in thought.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep my weapons very close by.
All right. He doesn't move. He keeps staring at you. And there's a point at which you glance back over in his direction, and as you briefly make eye contact, he winks.
Ooh. Guys, I'm scoring tonight. This is how we do it in Rigsville. Is he blocking my exit?
No. He's in the opposite court. So you're in. As you walked in, on the left-hand side, the kind of the bar tapers to a corner at the back left. He is at the front right, and the door is halfway between.
I'm going to get up and walk out the door.
All right. I'm going to assume, has everybody else gone to bed?
I have not, but I assume I also didn't see Eirys come back down because my perception is not that good,
Okay.
and she got high stealth. So as far as I know, if everybody else has gone to bed, I'm the only one down at the bar.
Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to do as she sweeps out of the building?
Once everybody's, as far as I'm concerned, everybody's gone up. My happy exterior will suddenly drop. Quite depressive state, and I'm going to apologise to the bartender first off, just for the doors and the everything, and laughing at the age and all that. Slide him a gold piece. By my count, that should give me 30 beers, should it not? Or 30 ales.
Well, I mean, I appreciate the apology. Yes. Would you like all of them?
I would indeed.
I hope you don't mind if I maybe give you 10 now and then wash some other tankards.
That's absolutely fine.
He starts filling. And in the next 20 minutes or so, as quickly as he can, wipes down as many tankards as he can, you end up surrounded by full tankards of ale. There's only, to be honest, on top of the figure in the corner, who you do not see because your passive perception is not high enough, the two dwarves that are remaining in there from that group that Eirys was overhearing, they kind of, while they were being served, they kind of make their way out. As they do go out, they glance and they snigger loudly as they see all of the drinks being served around you. What a strange sight it is, and what a funny story it will be. But you're eventually, to your knowledge,
So I notice them do that.
You notice them do that, yeah.
Whatever makes anyone happy these days, right? Glad I can help. And I start drinking. I will happily make. I will drink all 10. I will happily make con saves after each, or each 10, however you want to do it.
I'll say if you're downing them on the third drink, you need to start making con saves.
Not downing, like over the course of an hour or two.
Okay.
I just paid up an upfront tab type thing.
Yeah. You start drinking.
Yep.
I'll say while you're doing that, Eirys, you go outside and straight.
The moment.
Yes.
I was going to say the moment I'm out the doors, I'd like to stealth.
Yeah, make that check.
Can. Preferably off to the side of the door as opposed to
Yeah, sure.
far forward. Oh,
There's,
that's really good. Oh, okay. 27.
Immediately. Oh, wow, that is good.
That was a natural 19.
Immediately to the left of you, there's there's a cart that's pulled up, and kind of what's it called when you put like logs on the ground to hold it in place? It's been held in place with a bunch of like
Chocks.
Yeah, metal chocks, and there are boxes around, and it's easy to sweep across, and you almost drift behind in a nice and comfortable position.
I'm going to draw my dagger and wait.
Okay, a couple of minutes later, in fact a few seconds later, the doors open and a pair of rowdy drunken dwarves, giggling and guffawing to themselves, stumble out and clap themselves on the shoulder, and they turn to the left and they walk past the cart where you are knelt and make their way to wherever their homestead is. 5 minutes becomes 10. 10 minutes becomes 20. Yell, make a Constitution saving throw.
What?
16 plus 2, that's 18.
You're handling yourself. It's fine. This I'm imagining is not your first rodeo, and you're handling yourself. The hour mark.
Damn, it takes more than it used to.
The hour mark comes. Hour and 10. Hour and 15. Yell, another con save.
Hey, 2 plus 2, that is 4.
The bile you can taste in your throat. You're not going to vomit quite yet because you're only on your 5th drink or so, but you're starting to really feel it in your gut. And Trent, Trent kind of leans over and he's like, you know, I'm not going to turn away someone who's paying for drinks, but maybe you should, you know, pace yourself.
Don't worry. I'll stop before anything too bad happens.
I mean, I'm equal parts worried for your health and equal parts not really in the mood to mop up vomit.
Don't worry about my health. I'm sure that'll go in good time.
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
11 was the lower rolls, plus my perception is plus 2, that's 13.
That's not bad. I'll say that you catch out of the corner of your eye movement from the right-hand side of the tavern, and you see a shadowed figure sweeping across with his robe towards the door.
Does the shadowed robe figure look like the one back in Ufai?
Ah, the one back in Ufai. No, the one you saw back in Uthella was, in essence, a bandit who was doing a bad job of like protecting and like concealing himself.
Oh, okay.
And this one is a more practiced disappearer, I guess. Somebody who knows how to make himself scarce. And you've only noticed him now, and you feel like it's because he's allowed himself to be seen. And as he does sweep towards the door, Trent kind of calls after, have a good evening, Arthrin. Take care of yourself. He turns around, he says, I always do. You sexy minx. He turns and he leaves. God damn it. God damn it, Arthrin.
I like that guy.
He's a handful.
People say that about me. I'm not like this. Start drinking another drink.
Okay. The doors open. Eirys, the shadowy figure, moves out of the tavern. His hood is up. He appears to be the same figure as was in the corner.
I'm gonna let him take 2 steps
1,
and
2.
come up behind him, knife to his throat. Like, not stab him, but just...
Yeah, just
know.
hold him. He kind of he makes all the right sounds, but he doesn't actually struggle. He lets you do it. It's like, oh wow, you're gonna be great.
Who are you? And why the fuck were you watching me?
I like watching pretty things.
Dagger
Gross.
comes a bit tighter.
Gross.
Okay. You know what? I'll be able to put that up to cutting me while I'm shaving. So you know what? You can carry on doing that. We both know you're not gonna like kill me, so don't.
Who are you?
I am the fuckboy who frequents the corner of this tavern. And I'm very intrigued to see somebody new trying to wrestle in on my turf. So I might ask you the question, who are you?
I'm the one asking the questions. Who do you work for?
Fuck,
I
says
tighten the
work for
dagger a
any-
bit more.
Oh, damn
Draw a
it.
little bit of blood, just a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah. Does everybody need to be working for everybody? Like, why can't a guy just frequent a bar?
You're not just anyone. That much is clear.
Yeah, like if he was just a guy frequenting a bar, he wouldn't be this calm.
I am deeply, deeply flattered and a little bit aroused. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who I am and what my deal is if you just take the knife away and we can face each other and talk to one another. All sensible and adult-like.
You tell me who you are and what your deal is, and then I will consider removing my knife from your gullet.
Counter offer.
The pretty ones are always insane. My name is Arthrin.
Do I recognize that name from anywhere?
Make a history check.
History. Oh, 9. 9!
No,
9!
doesn't ring any bells.
Okay.
My name's Arthrin. If you must know, I grew up in Farloth and been a bit of a wanderer. I promise you I don't work for anyone naughty, I promise.
Does he resemble the Syndicate at all?
Make an insight check.
Other than just being shady?
Make an insight check.
Okay. 19?
It's hard to get a read on him. What a shame. What a shame, Eirys, that you rolled a 19. Yeah.
Was it a 20?
You can't get a read on him. It may well be that he is a genuine wanderer. It's obvious that he is. He used to being in pinches because he is as calm as a button. His pulse is barely raised since you grabbed him and have the knife to his neck. It does strike you that he'd probably be quite useful in a fight if he's of this temperament, and it's likely that he's probably seen some combat experience. Yeah, that's all you can get.
I let my knife go instantaneously, like kind of knee kick him forward away from me and draw my other dagger prepped just in case he tries any funny business.
Well, wow. Girls like you should come around here more often. Wow. Wow. And his eyes light up.
He just wants a girl who can beat him up.
Don't we all?
Yeah, I know. Same, dude.
How does a guy who grew up in Farinloth become like you?
Through making the most of a series of unfortunate events. Does that sound like a good idea? And he winks
Sounds
again.
like you should elaborate.
Sounds like a good series.
I would
Sounds like
watch
a
this on
best-selling book
Netflix.
series and Netflix series.
I feel like it should star somebody who's got blonde hair.
And who
He's like
narrated by a guy who has a very deep, dark voice, whose name might be Patrick. Let's move on. He kind of. What did you say just last? Just remind me. Sorry.
I said it sounds like you should elaborate.
When you're serving a family, if you're serving a family down the road and they run out of money and make your family destitute, you do what you have to. And you know, if I'm another mouth to feed, why am I even telling you this? I don't even know who are you?
What's your deal?
Can we keep this guy?
I feel like you already know far too much about me, given where your eyes are wandering. I just turn around and go back into the tavern.
No, wait! Door closes.
Oh, if it's been hours and hours, by the way, I'm probably done dancing.
It hasn't really been hours. It's only been at most half an hour.
Okay.
Can you make another Constitution save, please?
Mm-hmm.
I thought had been
Nat
drinking
20.
for a while.
Nat 20. You boss it.
Mm-hmm.
1 down, 2 down. You get what some fighters may call a second wind, and you and you neck 3 in a row. And as you do, you let out a loud belch, and like a bit of the kind of hair bedraggled around Trint's sort of face kind of waves in the wind generated by the belch. And you finish and you turn, and Eirys is standing there, having just walked back in. Eirys, you just watched as Yell necked 3 pints in a row and belch like a boss.
Can I walk past and take one of the tankards from this slot and just sit back down in the corner?
I was gonna slide one over to you.
Oh, cool! We can do it like a proper like you just slide it. I just grab it as I walk past and carry on, like not breaking.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
so cool.
Like a
Oh,
boss.
cool.
Oh man.
Awesome. Yeah, you take a sip. It's disgusting.
Oh, I didn't drink any.
Okay.
I just like sit there, kind of like I did before, just with a tankard, maybe pretending to drink it every now and again, but not really having it. Just chilling in the corner. But I'm now looking way more pissed off. Even for me.
I've I assume I have enough time to rest and get my spells back, right?
I'm just going to say we're going to finish this interaction, and then everybody will get a long rest, and it'll be tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Is there anything else either of you two want to do, or?
I'm gonna change my spells for the day.
Okay.
Is Kyro still meditating?
Yeah.
I mean, I assume we trade off at some point. I'm guessing it's not, as long as it's sounding it is.
No, it's only been about an hour top, she says.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I just...
nothing's stopping you, Ella, from literally just leaving him where he is because he's asleep and just.
Yeah. Ella's like got bored, so she's just wandered out the room and down. She's bored.
you do this as you kind of see them both sitting there. Trent is looking pretty tired, and he's no longer polishing any tankards. He's just kind of leaning against the wall with his hands folded, looking a bit droopy.
Does she see Eirys and Yell?
Yeah, they're at the bar. They're quite apparent. They're not trying to hide
Oh,
themselves.
okay.
I'll be
She walks up.
sat back down off to the side, but I'm not stealthing or trying to hide myself.
Okay,
particularly.
so you're sat up. Is it the same corner as you were before?
Yeah, that's still free.
Okay, that's on the left-hand side. So as you walk down the stairs, on the far side of the bar, Ella,
Yep.
you can see Eirys sat down, and at the bar, which is between you and Eirys, you can see Yell sat. He is surrounded by tankards, some of which are empty, some of which are full.
I slide a full one over towards Eirys. Not Eirys, Ella. So many
Make-
E's.
Make a dexterity check with disadvantage, Yell.
Oh, I was absolutely hoping that you would ask that. I'm absolutely hoping that this goes horribly, just falls.
I love it if she was actually on the other side of you and just slide it off
You
the
just
edge.
chuck it.
Yeah.
6 both times.
Oh.
Yay!
You just, you slide it-
Plus my dexterity, so +1, so that's 7.
Okay, so you slide it across, and it teeters on the edge, and it just goes shoosh, spoosh, smash. It doesn't smash; it's a tankard, but it hits the kind of cobbled stone floor with a loud conk. Ale just explodes everywhere.
I will clean that up. Ella, that was for you. You were meant to catch that and make it look cool. Eirys did it on the way back in. And I hand one to Ella, and then I started clearing up the beer. in my
Yell, you
comfy
know how clumsy I am.
She's-
She picks up the tankard
Oh, I want
and
to be awake.
is there bar stools? I take it.
Yeah, there are bar stools at the bar.
Okay, she climbs onto a bar stool, sits next to Yell, and puts the empty tankard.
They said you'll meet lots of fun new people. They said.
Hey,
I love this guy.
we can be fun.
Oh,
When
proving to be fun. Tell me a joke.
see, damn it, I don't have any spells left. I was going to cast Tash's Hideous Laughter.
Oh, that would have been perfect.
You could also just try to be funny.
I mean, yeah, but that means I have to think on the spot. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow. Who?
Moo!
Oh my god! And he turns away, but he's smiling. He's smiling. He's putting on a. You perceive that he's putting on a faux, like, frustrated thing, but ultimately it's obviously quite a
He
boring
found it.
thing.
You found the one guy that's never heard this joke.
Or he has, and he just
So
thinks
funny.
it's funny.
Yeah, he's allowing himself to be amused because of how bored that he's perpetually been at this town.
Ella turns to Yell and kind of looks at all the tankards. And says to him,
Hello?
You cut out
Hello?
there.
Do you want to
Yeah.
go
"Oh,
again?
hello,
Yeah.
I
hello."
like to think she just stares at him awkwardly. Just gives him that you know
She,
what you're doing stare.
She looks at him and says, "What's with all the drinks?"
Well,
Is there a party? If I miss it.
we're, what, a few 100 miles, if that, quite close to the capital. Kind of not feeling it today, and fuck the Empire. And take a drink.
Con save.
Another nat 20.
Boss it, man. You don't know where this inner strength is
I need
coming
to stop
from.
these con saves. I want to
Handle.
get junk out my mind. I just want to forget.
just too resilient. You've done this too many times already.
Ella kind of leans in and narrows her eyes. What have you got against the Empire?
Many things. Many things. Some things for a later day, but most importantly, they're shit at their job, and they don't save anyone. In fact, I'm sure they kill more than they save.
Have they killed people that you care about?
That's one way of putting it.
What? Have you lost family, friends?
I've lost everyone.
Yikes.
You're on your own.
I'm on my own.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
I come from a big family, so I can't imagine.
Well, my family was decent in size. Was being the key word.
When did this happen?
What? 10 years ago now?
Gosh. What happened exactly to them? If you don't mind me asking.
Well,
Sorry.
let's just say the Empire don't take kindly to the non-human looking races. I'm sure many of our party know that as well. Yeah, I'm sure, what's the bartender's name again? Trent. I'm sure Trent understands some of that.
Yeah, are you trying to hide your conversation from him, or?
I'm still talking as I would normally.
He kind of like leans forward. He's like, it's true that the races that resemble more monstrous beings, the Tieflings, the Dragonborn, they've always been treated as secondary citizens by the Empire. That's certainly true.
And even then, it's only been a few years since they really started allowing anyone.
Well, you can't ignore what Cleric did, the Melara phenomenon. I mean, they had to. The Dragonborn earned some political clout in the Empire after that, and you have Tiefswood as well. That's a settlement of your people. There's some things are changing.
Things are changing, but for me, they didn't change quick enough.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Well, that's why I play music, and I try to be fun. Because if you can bring happiness to people in one, sure as hell better job than the Empire.
You're a musician.
Something like that.
I can offer you a paid opportunity here, should you desire it.
I'll keep that in mind. I think we have a quest of some kind at the moment involving, involving the death of someone.
Yeah.
So,
is this a death of
that
your
didn't
family?
help. Not my family. The Drow upstairs.
Man, it's really too bad that Sintyr's not here.
I'm sorry, sometimes this is just how the game goes.
I know.
Well, I certainly offer my condolences to them. But what brings you to Trinstone specifically? Is it someone you want to see in town, or?
Honestly, I don't know. I was just following them, because screw being alone again.
We're heading to the temple.
Oh. Wow.
We've been told to go there.
That is certainly a brave endeavor and a hard, arduous journey across treacherous ground. You have all of my best wishes.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
It's not often that we get visited by such a ragtag
Merry band of misfits.
A merry band of misfits. If you could give yourselves a name, what would you call yourselves?
Dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional.
Out of character, that sounds like a J-pop band.
Oh no.
I can see it being a J-pop band.
Wait, for it to be a
J-pop
J-pop band, it needs to be spelled fun, like, hold on.
With a Y, yeah. And a 1.
Dysfunctional. Wow. If that doesn't sound like home, I don't know what that.
I'll drink to that. I slide Trent one of the tankards.
He
Cheers.
takes it and he bosses it. But you, my friend, need to take a con save.
I
I
like you, Trent.
There, like that.
13 plus 2. That's
Oh, you're starting to catch up with you now. The alcohol is starting to get
thank
starting
God.
to get a bit giddy. You teeter on your chair, but you keep yourself composed. Ella, what is your experience with alcohol?
Oh. She does drink, but not that often.
She gonna get wasted.
How do you want to go about drinking this drink?
We like to drink with Ella, because Ella is our mate.
with her. She does it all in it.
She is going to seeing the Tiefling and the Dragonborn kind of necking their drinks. She kind of like, I'm going to try this too, and with 2 hands holds the tankard and tries and guzzles
Which
it.
is disproportionately large for you. Make a
That is
Constitution
such a
saving
cute
throw.
image. That's so cute.
Jody, fan art now.
I must. It's so cute. I'm gonna die.
Oh no! 2!
This
You're
is
wasted.
Slams the tankard down. Wipe your mouth.
I'm rooming with you.
And you chunder everywhere. Tankards go flying. Trent is like, what? And the 3 of you just kind of explode into a giggly mess.
Oh no, you're not getting a free
I'm
room.
sorry!
I look over at Eirys, assuming Stoneface, like, not laughing at any of this.
She's just staring
wait.
into a drink.
Just, yes.
Do I?
Better days.
I know where Eirys is, don't I? Eirys is. Sorry.
Yeah,
she's the other side of it.
She hasn't attempted to make herself scarce, so.
I'm gonna spin around on my stool. Jump off somehow.
Yeah.
And kind of stumble towards her.
Eirys makes a noise resembling something like.
Ella just sort of like quite loudly, because she doesn't realise the volume of her voice, goes, Eirys! And holds up her hands and arms.
I still think you should find another table.
Throw it back.
I like this table, and she sits down.
She is far too far gone.
One drink, guys. Although it was like the size of 3 proportionally, you know.
You basically just down 3 drinks at once.
Yeah, Ella's just gonna sort of like just put her elbows on the table, put her head in her hands, and smile at Eirys.
Just staring back at you like stone cold face expression. Like,
Bah.
this is what my life's become. Like face.
You should smile. It's good for the soul.
See, I can't help but smile, but Eirys can. Okay. She's better at her poker face than I am.
Oh god damn it! I've got the best girlfriend ever.
I love your characters though, by the way, like so much. I know Eirys is like cold, but I'm there just I just want to hug her.
Yeah. She then kind of goes doopy doopy doop and then like taps Eirys's nose with her finger.
I think Eirys automatically draws a blade without even meaning to, then realizes what she's doing, sheaths her blade, gets up and walks out.
Oh.
Are you walking
Oh,
upstairs?
what fun.
No.
Just out the door, just for some fresh air. And peace and quiet.
When do you people sleep?
Eirys, you're
And
no
it kind of
fun.
like,
Can I look for that guy? Is he still out here? I'm assuming he's got a life and has gone somewhere.
Make a perception check. Dark vision, so regular. Don't have disadvantage.
21.
Oh,
Yeah, 21.
jeez. As you kind of like take a few steps forward and you just glance around, and on the right hand side, on the other side of the field containing this apparent circus that's camping here, you do see the movement of what appears to be Arthrin walking in the opposite direction towards maybe a homestead or something.
I want to stealth and follow him.
Okay, make that roll.
Please don't get a natural one. I'm just trying to be so cool in front of him. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's 19. Oh, but I bet he's got a stupid high perception, doesn't he? What am I doing? I'm trying to stalk a rogue. I'm better than that. What am I doing?
Stalk a horny rogue.
He's not active.
Yeah, oh god, what have I done?
What's your roll?
19.
He doesn't see you. You kind of keep to the shadows and move across. He walks across. I just need to get the map out so that I can see what's going on here. He walks across to an intersection that goes to the right. He decides to walk straight on. There are two large buildings. He walks past the first one. He walks past the second one. And he walks to the very, very end of the street. At this point, as you follow him, he's made his way to the building that's right next to where the palisade wall meets the cold, hard mountain, rising up above. And you see him stop where he is, sigh deeply, and just kind of raise a hand to his kind of forehead and run it across his face, and rumbled in his pocket, he procures a key, unlocks the door, and steps inside.
What does the house building look like? Does it run down, fancy?
It's just a basic homestead. The roof is tiled, it's slated. Obviously, this is a mountainside community, so they have lots of stone for building. And similarly, lumps of stone make this pretty robust building. But it's exactly the same as the one beside it, and then the one beside that, and the entire street is made up of 7 buildings that make up this kind of road. Yeah.
So it kind of ties in with a story about like maybe not having the best background and wealth and stuff.
Yeah, he appears to be doing all he can to make do, and he make an insight check.
Oh, I totally should have done that earlier when I was actually talking to him. I forget that's the thing. Oh, natural 19. Okay. Insight. What's my insight?
What?
Plus 5.
No,
As
24.
the more you consider this, the more you realise that this is just a poor kid from a rundown town who's stumbled his way across the country, managed to just about find enough to afford a basic lodging. Maybe it's rented, probably rented. He can't afford a house. He has escapist fantasies in the bar, sitting in the corner, looking around the people, thinking about how much better he is. You have walked in and you have torn his fucking life apart.
Okay, I feel guilty. Iris is a so cool bitch. So
Yeah. And you kind of you come up with that notion that maybe there's a reason that he puts on that positive persona and act so cocksure because of these circumstances. And yeah, you're
Can I-
2 houses down.
Can I see through the window at all? Like, is there a window?
There is. Make another stealth check.
He just sees me creeping.
Zoom through his window.
Okay, natural 18.
Yeah.
Was it stealth?
Yeah.
Oh, 26. That's even better than what I was thinking.
Jeez Louise, you're unbelievable. You kind of slink past the now shut front door. You go to the window that's on the left-hand side as you meet where the building meets the curious little nook, which is where the palisade wall meets the rocky wall of the mountain, and you kind of slip into this little space, and there is a little window. It seems that these houses weren't necessarily perfectly designed, because there's a window that's immediately facing a massive rock wall, and you look inside, and it's a bedroom, and he walks in. He takes off the cloak. And
Oh, hold on. I'm not gonna, you know.
You're not gonna watch him dress.
Time, but if things start to get real like pervy, I'm gonna stop.
Well, it's interesting. Before you think to break away, actually no, you don't see it. That's fine. You break away. He appears to be indeed getting changed for bed.
But inside, like, is it just one room? Is this like a bedroom plus it goes off into the rest of the house? Does it look like there's anyone else living there?
From what you can see, this appears to be a pretty small bedroom out of this whole building. You obviously can't see any other rooms, so it's difficult to know.
Okay, and I don't hear or see any sign of other people.
Everything's quiet.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to the inn.
All right. You guys will take your long rest, and when you all rise, and I'll say that you rise as the sun rises here.
That's fine.
You kind of wake, go down the stairs. The bar's on your right-hand side, and as you come downstairs, no one is there yet. But it appears.
So we've had a long rest, yeah?
Yeah, everyone benefits from a long rest. And I would say that some very rudimentary food has been laid out for you and the couple of other guests that are here as well. It's breads, basic cheeses. It appears that they've been just roughly put out while whoever's in the kitchen gets on with preparing for another day's work.
I'm going to grab some food and like eat as I go, and head back to his house.
Oh, okay. What's everybody else doing?
Ella's just gonna run up to the food and just stuff her face. Really hungry.
I'm going to ask Ella how her head is.
Ella looks up at Yell and just goes, "Oh,
You're having a hangover breakfast.
you."
Me? I mean, technically I did buy it, but it was all you. You're the one that drunk it.
Oh, you're the one that. You're the. I don't know. I can't think.
Plus, you didn't do the cool catch as I slid it across the bar. That second.
Oh, you know how
Eirys
clumsy
did the
I
cool
am.
catch. I know, but Eirys did the cool catch. I was kind of hoping.
I'm not Eirys,
I know she's mean
Where
and
is
scary,
Eirys?
but
but cool.
yeah, so cool.
You turn and you see
But we
the
won't tell her
doors
that.
swinging shut behind as Eirys has just swept out of the building without a word. Kyro and Sintyrr, what are you doing?
I'm probably getting breakfast of some kind.
Yeah, it's just breads and cheeses.
Cheese.
And also trying to plot how to obtain that ring from my stupid son.
Is there anything specific you'd like to do?
he's tempted to just steal it, but his vows as a paladin prevent him from doing such clearly illegal things.
Yeah.
But then he starts thinking like, wait a minute, this isn't even his. Is it stealing if I steal it back? Who does it belong to? Is it Finders Keepers laws? So he's just thinking about that. Well, like, maybe...
He's trying to figure out how to break your vows.
How to do it, yeah.
How can I legally break my vows?
How can I rationalize this so that it's, once again, good and lawful?
How do I paladin?
He eventually comes to the conclusion that it's probably not worth putting his vows in jeopardy, because he'd literally not be able to cast spells anymore, so...
Make a religion check.
Is that what happens?
Okay, I guess he'll make a religion check
otherwise.
to decide.
Will my god hate me if I do the thing?
Will I be on Santa's naughty list?
Hold on. Roll.
21st century Christianity.
Oh no.
Then religion, that's probably, yes, +4. So 21.
Oh wow!
Nice.
You
Nice.
kind of, you're pondering on these things as you munch on your cheese and bread. Just lathered this cream cheese on top of this loaf of bread. It's not that great, but as you consider the goddess Eirys, her wonderful drow form, the Dark Maiden, you feel deep within your soul something resonating.
Yeah.
She is the huntress.
She is the huntress.
And the huntress loves things of beauty. And there's a moment of synergy, whereby you deduce that she's down with this.
Yeah, she's super down with this, and she'd be down with the reasons too. She's like super into secret love affairs and whatever.
Yeah, that's right. She would be really down with the acquisition of this ring for her name.
Just so I avoid getting blamed for being too meta later.
Alright,
Kyro is definitely expecting this guy to either try to kill him in the night or acquire the ring by subterfuge.
Okay.
And he knows that this is just gonna become like one of those like sneaky games now. So he thinks to himself, he doesn't know what my vows entail. I need to pretend that I would never do that.
So, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm not going to do anything yet, but I will be watching for the moment when he doesn't have his hands on that thing.
It's going to be 3 sessions down the line. I'm going to
You're
steal
going
the
to
ring.
gain his trust somehow, and then break it.
Okay, I'll say Eirys. By
I'm
now,
not gonna.
you've made your way, Eirys, to the homestead of Arthrin. What would you like to do?
Does it look like he's awake yet?
Difficult to tell. It's just a building. There aren't that
I'm
many
stealth.
people moving around. Okay, make a stealth check.
This is how we communicate. 15. That's not 15, that's 15 before I add my stealth.
Okay.
23.
Holy crap, Eirys. That's unbelievable. Rogues, am I right? Yeah. So yeah, you disappear back into the same place as you did before, and you look through the window, and he's in bed and he's asleep. He has not
Okay.
rised with the sun.
PPS.
I'm gonna do that cool, like, you know, leaning against the wall, my arms folded, one leg up, just like
Flip a coin.
pointing. Yeah, basically the coin flipping against
Are
the
you-
wall kind of pose.
Against
Like next to his front door.
next to his front door. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're gonna.
They're not his bedroom window. I've got to stop being creepy, you guys.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So you'll
I'm
wait
just gonna
there.
wait till he exits.
While you're waiting, does anyone else want to do anything? Because it's going to be about half an hour.
I want to get ready to leave to the temple.
Where do you keep
gather.
that? Where is that ring kept?
He's not going to tell you that information ever.
Okay, well, I'm going to be watching him, but like subtly.
Okay.
Like in a not obvious way. I'm going to try to watch him.
It's not like he's gonna take it out and admire it. But go ahead, observe him all you want.
Okay.
I'd like to roll to see if I notice, though.
Make a
Go
perception.
ahead.
Alright. Let's see if I notice.
Ella, you doing anything?
16.
Ella is going to, even though she's blaming Yell for her hangover, she is going to sit next to him.
Okay. Yeah, Kyro, you kind of glance across and your dad is staring at you in a real scrutinizing fashion. It is difficult to perceive of how you couldn't have been aware of this before.
Yeah, and then he just like looks away. He's many things. He's not really a spy.
No.
Yeah, and I am, so like... isn't hard.
So, you lot. You finish your
Yeah, I wanna
breakfast
go.
and you prepare to leave.
Where is Eirys anyway? She coming?
As you say those words, the door to Arthrin's house opens and it unlocks, and two figures come out. One of them is a slightly older, tanned man dressed in mining gear, and the other is Arthrin.
Arthrin.
What? Oh my god. Hi.
Sorry about your throat. I tossed my gold piece.
Thank you. I hope I didn't offend you.
You want to be more than just a rogue in a washed-up town like this?
A rogue? I'm not a rogue.
Yes, you are.
You could have fooled me. We're heading up the mountain. You want to come?
What? Who's we? What do you mean up the mountain? Where are you going? I have so many questions.
This is one of those call to adventures.
You can ask
isn't it?
on the way. Who's your friend? Can you fight?
The other guy kind of like glances at you, so it's like, Arthrin, I'm going to go to work now. Yeah, sure. No.
Yeah, this guy's not called to adventure.
Have a good day. All right, Myth. I'll talk to you later.
No worries. I'm borrowing your friend. I'll try and bring him back in one piece. And I just grab Arthrin by like the sleeve. Come on, I'll explain on the way.
Okay.
And as I walk away, I stop and turn and get like a centimeter from his face and say, "But if you fucking try anything with me, I will kill you." And then I turn back, grab him again, and march off back to the
sure
cabin.
he knows that.
You're just kidnapping this random guy!
Okay.
He kind of has a choice.
Just for a second. Do you think maybe just double back and grab some of my shit?
Fine. Be quick. I haven't
All
got
right.
a day.
5 minutes!
Front
Is
of the
there a
tavern. I'll be there in
small
10
trial of
minutes.
liquid?
5!
Is there a trial of liquid following him?
There is
Did he pee his pants?
There is no trail of liquid following him.
There's no people.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I want to play as Arthrin. This is a way better backstory.
Oh, guys,
I'm just kidding.
I suppose I'm gonna have to roll this character, aren't I?
You made him
Party
interesting.
member get.
It's your fault.
Made him too tempting.
Oh, my friends, thank you so much for enjoying my game. Eirys, you kind of move around to the front. Everyone's coming out.
Our first
they're prepared,
NPC.
They're ready to go, and then, oh, here it comes. Then
You just
hear,
recruited a follower.
Yep. Then you
Amazing.
hear deep,
Better be better than Lydia.
almost immediately running down the mountain. Actually, no, running up the mountain. An explosion of sound from around the other side of the building. A horn.
Oh no.
That was an
means
amazing
something, I
horn
bet.
sound.
That was.
And from that horn, you kind of run around the side of the building, and you can see, flanked on either side of this gate, you see a pair, one horn that runs all the way down the palisade wall, and it faces up at the bottom, and on the other side another horn that runs all the way down and faces up at the bottom, clearly designed to be blown as a sign of emergency. And indeed, indeed, you guys see across the way as you run around the sides, rapidly approaching the town, is a horde of bloodthirsty gnomes. And that's when we're gonna leave it here tonight, ladies and gentlemen!
Ah, geez. Well, good thing we just got a new member.
Guys, gnolls are really bad.
Yeah, I know. They're like demons. And
They're like really bad.
yeah, I know. They're
They
like
don't
demons.
stop.
Yeah, I know. They're demons.
Half dog, half zombie, half humanoid.
Wait,
1.5 times a man. They are feral beasts, and as they cloud towards you, this
Maybe
swarm,
I don't know what a gnoll is. Never mind.
in the middle of them, one that's taller
No, they're
and stronger
basically
than the other
demons.
one, grabs one by the neck and goes and hurls it towards you guys, and goes, and that's where we'll leave it for today.
Does this place have walls?
Oh god.
Ah.